Congrats to Sundowns. I think obviously today you could see the difference was quality of Sundowns and our quality as well. Having young players that are still learning and trying to find their way up at this level. So it was never going to be an easy. Also away from home as well. So I think we started off well. We had a plan obviously to allow Sundowns have the ball, wait for the right moment to exploit the space because you can't play pound for pound with them in terms of the quality. So wait for the right moment as well and exploit where they are also weak and take advantage of that. And I think first half we had about three clear cut chances. Could have at least taken one, and you could see their frustration even from the bench. Um, Second half, what was key for us was to make sure that we don't concede a goal in 20 minutes. First 20 minutes was very, very important because should we concede, and then the game was going to be open. Then from there on, they can easily get the second one and the third one. So uh, I think we conceded too early, and now we were chasing shadows at some point. But again, I think we got back to our structure. We remembered what was working for us, and we got about two again chances that we could have taken. Uh, should have gotten an equalizer and the winner probably before they get the second goal. And defending, obviously, when you keep on defending, your energy levels drops at some point and lapse of concentration. So with the quality of Sundowns, composure inside the box, that was the difference between us and them. And they were very composed inside the box, and we were always too hasty, to get rid of the ball. And actually today we just literally gave them the ball. They were not taking the ball from us, but from just applying pressure, then we lose the ball, we give it away cheaply. So we had a lot of turnovers. But whenever we did the right thing, we look like a team that can hit Sundowns at any given time. But once more, congrats to them. The quality was a difference today.
Thank you, Coach. We'll take questions from the floor. Just to introduce yourself. Thank you.
Coach Lorenzo from the Times. You speak about quality being the difference. Um, do you think this quality is in? I know it's only second game of the season. Do you think this quality, any team in the league can compete with this quality to win the championship? If you speak about how this is the difference, and AmaZulu being a team that is, finished in fifth last season,
Yeah.
should be one of the teams that are up there again this season.
Yeah, but I think if you are to start the squad from from fresh in terms of bringing in new players, and it's always going to be difficult. It depends who you are competing with. That's it. Uh, and obviously, right now, probably Sundowns they were playing with that gear. You understand what I'm saying? So we also have to be smart. If you are to compete with Sundowns, wait for you have to capitalize. How do you capitalize? Sundowns they're gonna play Champions League. Sundowns players are gonna play in the national team. Sundowns players there's gonna be injuries, and so you always. So today actually we showed as well that with less quality we have, uh, we can compete. More especially first half. So second half it was a case of consistency. And actually ever since I've been with AmaZulu, the three games, this is my third game losing to Sundowns, and we're losing the same. Even last season, it was the same. Last season, I think we considered a goal in the referee's optional time. First round, second round, we considered two goals, more or less similar like today. So it tells you with the quality that they have. But until our players now they get to that level, the more they play, the more they will grow and be better and get to the level of Sundowns quality. So yeah, many other teams as well. I think it's gonna be a tough season. This one for me, the way I see it, it's gonna be tough. Why? Because sometimes we've been playing in the World Cup club football. At some point, the players will get tired. I'm talking from the players' perspective. Because I played, I know. If you can play football for 4 years with the same pace, demands, traveling, and you know, it's unlike in Europe. In Europe, when they travel, it's 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. So sometimes they still have to. I know they've got all the mashakuras they can charter, But the disadvantage in Africa is that you have to travel for 7 hours, for 8 hours sometimes. So yeah, so we just have to capitalize on it. But once more again, top team, there's no doubt about it. It's good for South African football. It's good for the country as well. We have to gauge ourselves and get closer. So we learned a thing or two today.
Coach, it's a from Sokolabini. I know it's still early in the season, but any concerns with the striking department? We lost Igodaro. And in the first two games of the season, he had one from the game against Orbit. Today, missed a few chances. Any worries about the striking department?
Like you said, it's too early to be worried. The worst part at this time of the season is when you don't create goal scoring opportunities at all. And then you become worried. So at least we've got a department that we need to deal with specificity, where we say finishing, work on our finishing. So it will come. It will come definitely. I have no doubt. We just need to polish certain things, uh, do a lot of repetitions in terms of how we want to play, and then take advantage in games like this. Like I said, today we had a lot of turnovers for us and them, and had been consistent. I think from first half we're gonna hit Sundowns because they were pushing the line. That's what we wanted. Push the line, IB, and then we get the space. So that's where the game is today. You look at the disadvantage and the advantage of the oppositions, how they apply themselves, and take it from there. It's a case of application.
Yeah, coach, my must get from Park. My question is a bit linked to Tebak's question because you missed a couple of chances that I think with a clinical striker, maybe you will get a point or even you get a victory. But I want to ask you in a way that when you look at this performance and from the first game, what do you think transforms your team? Is it a good midfielder who creates those chances? Is it a top striker who finishes these opportunities? What completes your team as you look at it?
Yeah, it's the finishing. It's the finishing. Finishing is very very key. Um, let's take it back from the MTN 8. We we missed about six clear cut chances. Let alone that we lost 3-2. Should have been at least 4-3 if the keeper made those two mistakes that we considered cheaply. That I believe he could have done better, but he's young, obviously, still learning. So we could have at least scored easy. I'm not talking half chances, I'm talking full chances. Just the keeper here, just like today, Sundowns under pressure, the ball, they made it simple. They chip the ball, knock it back into play, control, pass the net inside the box. No power, no nothing. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's the simplicity and the quality that I'm talking about. So we had those. Even maybe us, there was not even a defender. It's just a player and a keeper. I don't know if you understand them. So that's the difference, but it's something that we need to work on. We need to work on. This is a different level. When you play against Sundowns, there's so many things that comes into play when you are a player. There's so many things. As a player, there's supporters, there's noise at the stadium. You're playing against top players. You want to be better than them. You don't know whether you're doing the right thing. The coaches on the bench, they are saying, hey, guy, come on, my guy, do this, do that. So there's a lot of things that comes into play. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. So if you are a player, more especially when you are still young, you are still learning, you're in the process of development as well. And the disadvantage here in South Africa is that most of the players they reach the peak at the age of 26, 27. That's when they discover themselves. That's when they start expressing and start understanding the game in terms of game inside. So most of them they play with a lot of instinct. So right now in our squad, we're trying to chop, and cut the instinct of playing for the sake of playing, but see the moment, wait for the right moment. why I'm doing this, why should I pass the ball there, how should I communicate with my teammate with the pass. If I'm playing the ball on the right, he must know that I'm actually beating the defender because the defender's on the left. If I'm playing the ball straight, I'm simply saying there's a defender behind, knock it back to me. We have now created space behind. He has now come to close you down, and then there's a player that can exploit the space. That's where the game is today. So if players they don't see those moments, there's no eye contact and tactical understanding, then it becomes a problem. So the coaching is about that this nowadays.
Arthur, you obviously had a big clean out, and it would seem that you freshened up the squad a lot, and it's a lot younger, etc. So it seemed to be a bit of a project. Are you being given time to do this project, or do you feel that you're always looking over your shoulder, needing to get results to keep the pressure away? What is it like for you this season with a younger squad, a fresher squad?
I think as much as it's a project, uh, we still want to win games. I, for one, am a winner. I was a winner as a player. I've always wanted to win. You there's time for development and there's time to start winning. So that means all the players that we picked to come and compete at this level, they should be ready to start playing for I mean play to win games, not just to play for the sake. Hence, I'm saying once you are dealing with them, yes, you need time, but at the end of the day, you need to make them aware. You have to drill certain things in their heads and instill them and say, football is about winning. It's about winning. You want to be the best, you have to beat Sundowns. If you can beat Sundowns, you can be the best. If you want to be the best, you want to be in the national team, you have to compete against Sundowns. Some of the Sundowns players, they were at that stage at some point. So now they've outgrown the stage. Some were bought from small, I wouldn't say small teams, but I would say it's teams that are competing in the PSL, like Stellenbosch and many other teams. They were nobodies. Today they are big names. So as a player, if you want to be there, you've got to compete with them. So is the learning taking place at the moment? I don't know, but I cannot fault the commitment of the players today. They did their best, more especially first half, and I knew that second half, as the game opens up, where we're bound to crack or make mistakes. But I give them credit; they deserve it. It's just that we considered these two goals, and we had chances of our own that we could have capitalized on.
We'll take the last
Coach,
two questions.
Arthur from Opelec. Coach, do you think playing a team like Sundowns so early in the season is an advantage, a disadvantage for your team as you are trying to obviously get momentum after your last game in one?
It's actually good. You can't choose games. Even if after Sundowns we're playing another formidable side, it was always gonna be good for us. That's the only way our players can learn at this level. You know, so you don't need a certain time in order for you to gain momentum. Right now, we've got to pick ourselves up in the next game and find our rhythm again. So because we believe that we can do much better than today in terms of results.
Any other question? Thank you, coach. We'll leave it here. Good luck for the next game. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
We should.